tell us when you go live daily? You're live. Oh.
Well, we weren't
What?
ready.
Guys! Oh
What?
my gosh! Welcome to Mission
Guys.
Students!
Welcome.
We are so pumped to be live again. My name's Maisie,
And my name's Henry.
and we're
and
siblings. That's why we're in the same hula hoop. Everyone else, we're going to be staying 6 feet apart from. We're the only people that.
I think we need to get closer. We're the only people that don't have to social distance. That's what.
Because
Because
siblings.
siblings.
Heyo.
And the president of the CEO of social distancing said that we're chill. So
Yeah. And like normal, whenever Taylor comes nearby, we'll just run away.
we'll just run away.
Because,
We've just been adapting to the same things. You know what I
you
mean?
know, it's not too different.
It's really
just
not.
because, you know, how life is.
How life
So,
is.
let us know how you guys are doing
How's everything
in the
going?
comments down below. Henry, could you hand me the iPad so we can see their comments?
It's right here. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay,
Skibbity bop.
here we go.
Okay, so we're just gonna check up with you guys. So how have you guys been? What have you guys been doing? Answer below.
Let's see. They can't hear it. They can't see us. I'm
Who
so
knows?
sorry for those of you who can't see us.
If you can't
Because
see us
we're
right now,
literally the best.
I'm actually. Hold on, let me get off of my giant tiger that I just rolled in with.
Whoa.
Okay, Maisie, I'm gonna do it.
I'm chopping off
I'm going to
Phyllis's
do-
head with a chainsaw.
I'm going to do a triple backflip onto my pinky. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
That was so impressive.
I know. I did it.
Here's
For
the
those
question.
of you who.
How do we go to the live? Henry, can you figure it
You're
out?
so bad. Boomer alert. Gotta give it to the real boomer to show
Why
the
would you
fake
say
boomer
that?
how it's done. Well, anyway, how's everything going? Have you guys been doing anything special? Tell us in the chat right now. And if you don't, I will cry.
I'll
right
tell
here.
you what we've been doing. We've been doing online classes with Zoom. Did anyone, you guys all had to download Zoom for this. I bet they're making bank right now.
Think about how much money our Wi-Fi providers are making. It's crazy. Crazy.
Crazy.
Who do you think's doing the best in business right now during this time?
Maybe the toilet paper company?
Probably therapists.
Oh, well,
Think about that.
can they work still? Do they do house
I mean,
calls?
house calls, man. Oh, thank you,
Oh
my
my gosh,
lovely
we can
assistant.
see you guys. Yay.
Whoa! Oh, wow!
Oh my
this
gosh.
is amazing.
Mia,
Who else
you
eating them
start online
donuts?
school next week? Mia!
Dino nuggets, dude. Eat one for me, okay, Keegan? That's how that works. All right. So tell us if you guys have been watching any new TV shows. Any TV shows you guys have been binging? Let us know.
Yes,
I love
please.
the online school, Jack, bro. I'm
I
with you.
tried to watch Toy Story 4 today because I remember that movie being very funny, but I was not able to because our TV was not working.
Our HDMI cord decided to quit its job.
Skirt. It got corona.
It got corona.
So,
it's having a really hard time.
that's literally
We'll
so
update
sad.
you on what's going on with our HDMI cord soon.
Ooh, Tyler's
Friends?
been watching
Okay.
Survivor. Taylor's been watching Friends.
Ooh, Vampire Diaries. That's my personal favorite.
VP.
It's like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but he's a vampire. I think. I don't know. I don't watch the show.
Masked Singer.
Okay,
I've
Maisie.
always wanted to watch that show.
We're gonna play a really quick game, just me and you. Okay, ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna read you the name of
Oh, I'm really good at this.
of
We
a
do this
TV
with-
show, and then you have to tell me what it's
Oh,
about. Ready?
never mind, I'm not
3,
really good at this.
2, 1. Henry looks like a dino nugget.
A guy named Henry befriends a dino nugget, and he's imaginary, and he takes the form of him in order to. No? Okay. So I'll be taking over now. Okay, on my block, you guys are watching The Office. Mia, slow clap for Mia, fast claps for Mia, all the claps for Mia. And
Every single
now
clap for-
we are going to be playing a fun little game. It's called Henry. Will you please?
Oh, I thought
tell
we were
me
gonna
what
say it
it's
at the
called?
same time.
Okay, ready?
Ready? 3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
Would
Would
you do it for $1 million? Where we pay you guys $1 million.
We actually have $1 million cash we're going to be dropping into the chat box. That's a lie.
So we're gonna drop
Basically-
Taylor's credit card info down below. Go ahead and use that stuff right up.
Yes. But basically, how you play this game is we're going to ask you guys if you would do something for $1 million. And you have to say yes or no in the chat. So, the first thing, Henry, will you read
Aw,
what the first option is?
I get to read the first option. I'm
a
so
nice
glad.
person.
Okay. Have a nasty mole surgically permanently put on your face for $1 million. Yes or no?
Drop it in the chat. Matthew
I had a
Houston
first grade
just
teacher.
put $1 million in the chat.
Ooh.
Okay, so a couple things I'm thinking about it.
I'm hearing a lot of no's.
We're hearing no's. Guys, get this.
How
what
are you
if
gonna
you
be-
can just get plastic surgery with part of your $1 million?
Like,
Okay, Janine and Emily
if any
said
of you
yes.
guys want to be my kindergarten teacher, Miss Magdaleno, you want that mole. Trust me, it's very needed for the role. Okay. All right, we're getting a lot.
You're so like, Janine is very excited about getting a mole. She said yes with several
It's
S's.
called a beauty mark for a reason.
That's so facts.
Look it
Where would the mole be? That's another question
Okay, now we have
think
to do a
about.
360.
360. The second one is, would you have your thumbs surgically removed for $1 million? Drop it in the chat.
I don't really,
Here's a picture for you
I
of
don't-
what it could look
I
like.
don't really use my thumbs that much.
That I think
That's
you're
a total
completely
lie.
lying. How
That's
would
a total
I?
cap.
I guess you could pick up your phone.
That's true.
You could not do thumb wars anymore. So Lily, we would be very sad. Everyone is saying no. Taylor Smith said yes. Taylor Smith, I'm starting to think you're a very ambitious person,
I
and
respect it.
I respect you for it.
What would you guys do? What would be the first thing you guys do?
Keegan was
without
like,
thumbs?
no.
What would be the first thing you do without thumbs? I think I would high five someone and then really.
I would go spend my millions of dollars. Okay, the next one is
I think about that.
Henry.
Yes.
What else would we do for $1 million?
Okay. Be totally bald, no hair, nothing. Here's what I do.
Forever.
Here's
you
what
can
I do.
never grow hair again.
Totally bald, but
Would you do it for $1
mustache.
million?
I get the stash, then the fedora.
Marley, I think, said for sure about the baldness.
I could think about it. I could play
Keegan said
Aang.
his face wouldn't look any different, so that's very interesting.
I could literally.
Keegan, that's probably a downside for you. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I don't wreck people normally. I'm just too good at it. No.
This
Okay,
is
we're
so
getting
sad.
we're getting yeses because of wigs. Good job, Lily.
Oh, that's true. I would.
Ooh, Tyler Hickerson said we could wear hats.
I would put the worst wig ever, just like a circle of hair, and I just glue it onto my head every day with Elmer's glue.
Emily Drucker said, of course, which I think is interesting.
Of course.
We love that.
Hey, I'm with
Okay, here's another one. Would you, for $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
pass out every 5 seconds every time someone said your name? Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but my name is amazing. I do not know if I would be able to do this one
That would be pretty
because
bad.
of how common that name is.
That's so true. I didn't think about that. Well, my name's Henry, and it's not very commonly used. So, mostly people just
It is
call
only
me.
5 seconds, though.
Mostly people are just like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" Or like, "What's up, disappointment?" My dad calls me a disappointment sometimes. Yeah, nah, I'm bad.
Can't relate.
It's real. Little gooster.
All right, we have yes, no.
Mm-hmm.
Janine said sure. Mia said yes. Oh, a lot of people are saying yes.
Okay.
I do think this one's less of a downside
Hold up.
because it's not like.
That's an amazing challenge. See what he did there? 'Cause your
And
name.
I would be passed out for 5
'Cause
seconds.
her
Although
name.
you typed it, so.
That's funny.
Also, we were confused. Is it
one's ever
if
done that.
anyone says your name anywhere? Like if I said Mia right now, would Mia pass out?
I think it's whenever you hear your name. I think it's something that triggers in your brain. That's like,
Something in your brain is like no, and you pass out when you hear your name.
exactly what happened.
Okay, what's the next one?
I'm so glad you asked. Hold up. It says, would you, for $1 million, okay, eat a salad, only salads for the rest of your life. Only salads. Every time you go somewhere, you could ask for anything you want. You could be like, I'll have the steak delight, please. And they give you a salad.
Here's my thing.
You only get a salad.
Absolutely yes. Do you know how unhealthy I eat?
You know how sad
How-
you'd be, though?
And also, salads can be like anything. You could get a salad at
What about like a
Chick-fil-A.
Caesar salad?
You could get I love Caesar salads. You could get pasta salad, fruit salad. The possibilities are endless. So you're telling me I would be healthy and have $1 million richer? I think yes.
I think salad.
Steak
you design.
salad.
I literally
Matthew,
was.
brilliant.
I was about to say a great pun, and Matthew cut me off. But it's fine.
Yes, leave your salad ideas below. We'd love to hear potato salad.
Ooh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Fruit
Question
salad.
mark?
You know what they say about fruit salad? It's yummy, yummy.
Ice cream salad. That might be pushing it, but I like it. You could put things in the salad. See, Taylor Smith, you're a genius. This is why we need you on our $1 million
I
team.
think we do that.
See, I feel like that's the
You're
least.
rich, you're slim, you're living your best life.
Yes. Okay, here's one.
Mm-hmm.
$4 million. Would you cry like a baby every time you were on a first date?
First date. All right.
Keegan, I think you would say yes because
Keegan goes
you're a
on too
ladies'
many
man,
first dates.
right?
Think about how many dates
Right?
Keegan's going.
Keegan is such.
I feel
such
like
a
nowadays
legend.
for guys, that's a win right there. That's
Fire
a total dub.
salad.
Because
I
girls
like
like
fire
guys who
salad.
express their emotions. You cry on that
you
first date?
could put anything in a salad.
Seal the deal right
Jack Bro, number 10, said no. No crying on
Wow.
first dates.
there. Jack, you going on a lot of dates,
Okay,
buddy?
Erica brings up a good point.
What is
She
it?
said, wait, where did it go? Something like, oh yeah, yes, because I'm single for life.
Ooh.
That's a valid point. You just
You could
never
build
go
your-
on first dates.
What if you build your own robot boyfriend
and you never cry?
with your $1 million?
That's fair. It's only the first date.
It's only the first date.
If they don't love you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best.
All right, we have one final question. It's the last one.
Yes.
$4 million. Would you be as hairy as Bigfoot? So it's like the opposite of the bald one. So hairy as Bigfoot. I'm talking like ear hair, nose hair.
Well, this is how hairy is
I'm talking about Chewbacca.
Bigfoot? We've never seen him. What if he's not hairless?
And everywhere you go, you have to stop like this. And then every time someone takes a picture of you, it's always really bad quality.
Henry Nick said you would build a boy robot. That was about the last one.
Maybe I
Okay.
would.
We've got some heck yaws. We've got some no's.
Ooh.
It's very split for this one.
Then shave.
Then Brayden.
I like that. What if it's like an Evan Almighty situation where it's like woo and then just right back there? What if it's like that?
That's fair.
Didn't think about that, did you, Brayden?
Bigfoot is
All right, well,
very interesting.
so
All right.
thank you so much for playing with us.
Yes. And for our last question, for $1 million, do you want Taylor to come and start the session now?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
I
probably gonna have
would
to
do
say,
it for $1 million.
Okay, well, I think it's I think
Go
it's
away,
too
Taylor.
late.
Social distancing.
Social distance.
I'm interested. We'll see how these comments come in. I don't even know.
You get to react to them.
No. Yeah. In case you were wondering why Henry and Maisie had a hula hoop, it was for social distancing away from other people, but then they stayed inside it with just each other. Wow, Nick, my man, that's so hurtful. Dude, whatever. And Kalia, what? Guys, this is mixed reviews. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what to think about this, but whatever, chumps, it's fine. How's everybody doing? How's it going? We are getting to meet through YouTube Live. I would like to hear from you real quick. A question for me is, how many of you guys have not showered this entire week? Say yes if you have not. Say no if you actually have showered sometime this week, because it's crazy. Jack Bro says no, he hasn't showered in 2 weeks. Jack, that's disgusting, man. I don't know. I don't even know if it actually says that, but that's funny because now they think that you said that, Jack, which is disgusting. Lance Cowart says no. Okay, I guess, well, that means he showered, so that's good. Whatever. No, oh my, so many people not showering. That's disgusting. I'm glad that we're doing social distancing so that way I'm not around you, but whatever. All right, I have some tragic news. We actually are way more tech savvy than you think, and not quite the boomers, because we are going to turn the chat off. Oh my goodness, I know, but we'll turn it on later. Don't you worry, and it'll be totally fine. Jack Bro, your spelling will not be fine, but you'll be fine. We'll turn it back on later. So we're gonna turn the chat off now, in the next couple minutes, I don't know. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Mission Students Live. Just so you know, we keep meeting here every Thursday night on a live stream, and then we jump into Zoom groups after this. So if you don't know what group to jump in, we'll drop the links in the chat at the end of this, and you'll be able to jump into yours. Also, we are figuring out ways for your groups to hang out outside of Thursday nights. So talk in your group tonight about, do you want to do a video game night? Do you want to get on a Zoom call and play Jackbox party games, or do a Kahoot? Or do you want to make a Marco Polo group, or get on Zoom and share YouTube videos with each other? I don't know, whatever you want to do. But in this season of social distancing, we don't want it to be social isolation. So make sure that you figure out a way in your group that you guys can stay connected and hang out together. Now I know what some of you guys might be thinking whenever Henry or Maisie were up here, whenever they're talking, whenever they're in the hula hoop. You might be thinking, did that just happen? Like, why are they standing around in a hula hoop? What is going on? I don't understand. You're lucky that I stopped them from wearing costumes up here, because then you would have been like, what in the world is happening? But it would be fine, whatever. But have you ever had those moments that are like a did that just happen sort of moment? I remember whenever I was in college, I had a did that just happen moment. I was in front of the entire school, so there's like 500 people. We were doing a big dodgeball tournament, and I was going against one of my friends. His name was Connor. It was our two teams against each other head to head in this dodgeball tournament. And I mean, I take dodgeball very seriously, which I'm sure some of you dudes can relate with. Maybe you ladies too. Some of you probably have a cannon for an arm. But I'm taking this tournament very seriously. And so my friend Connor and I were going head to head against each other, 6-on-6. When all of a sudden it gets down to like 3-on-3. And my friend Connor, who's already out, runs from the sideline where he's sitting out of bounds, runs over and grabs a ball at the center line that was going to roll onto our side. He grabbed the ball, threw it back to his team, and then like scooted back to where he was sitting on the bench and gave me like the finger guns. And I mean, that was just like too far. I mean, yes, it didn't matter that much. It was just, a dodgeball game. But the finger guns really is what got me. So I devised this plan in my mind of how I was going to get Connor back. And so whenever a dodgeball came over to me, I picked it up and I ran as fast as I could to the center line and got right whenever I was about to throw it at the other team. And I turned right at the last second and chucked the ball as hard as I could right at Connor's face. And now where he was sitting out of bounds, in the place you went whenever you were out, it was right in front of the stands, so in front of the entire crowd. And so I chucked the ball as hard as I could, and I watched that ball fly straight at Connor's face until all of a sudden it went up, and flew straight into the crowd and smoked somebody right in the face. And like, if you've been at a Dodgers game or something like that, you've seen a foul ball hit, everybody kind of like leans in, and so you can't really tell who like got hit at first. But all of a sudden, like amidst the crowd, I see someone lean forward with their hands over their face, and I just see long brown hair flowing, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I just smoked a girl in the face in front of the entire school. And then the girl put her hands down, and lo and behold, I came to realize that I had just smoked my ex-girlfriend that I had not talked to in about 3 months in the face in front of the entire school. And it was not one of those things that looked like a coincidence or an accident. I mean, everyone knew that I intentionally turned and threw to the side. So it looked like I smoked my ex-girlfriend straight in the face. And it was terrible. But it was one of those moments where I was like, did that just happen? Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you cannot make that up even if it was in a movie. I don't know if you've ever had those like, did that just happen moments. Maybe it was a funny moment whenever I was a kid and it was like jumping my bike and I'd hit a huge like ramp. I'd be like, did that just happen? That was sweet. Or maybe you've had some did that just happen moments that aren't quite as funny. Maybe some did that just happen moments that are hurtful, that are painful, that bring bad memories whenever it comes around. Maybe right now you're sitting on the other side of your computer screen and you're thinking about 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whenever we got to be together and be around each other, and you're sitting here right now, and maybe you're in the midst of a like, did that just happen moment? Because everything has changed and everything has happened so quickly that you can't believe where you're at right now. And what I love about Jesus is, man, he shows up in the midst of people's like, did that just happen moments, the good and the bad. Like whenever people were happy and rejoicing, they're at a wedding, Jesus shows up. Whenever people are in the midst of moments where they've like had a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, whenever they've had issues for 12 years, he shows up right in the middle of their did that just happen moments. And so tonight, real quick, what we want to do is we want to look at did that just happen moment in the life of Jesus. It comes from John chapter 11. John was just this dude who was one of Jesus' best friends who wrote like a biography about him. And so if you're on your computer right now, you could go to another screen and search John 11. We're just going to look at it real quick. But it's this moment where these two sisters have their did that just happen moment because their brother Lazarus actually died. And Jesus was actually like really good friends with Lazarus. And they actually send a message to Jesus and say, Jesus, the person that you loved, Lazarus, man, he is sick. And so whenever he hears that, it says that Jesus actually waited 3 days. So picture this, Mary and Martha send a message to Jesus and say, hey, our brother is sick. He is not doing well. Can you come as quick as you can? And it says Jesus waited 3 days. And I don't know, whenever you're in the middle of your did that just happen moments, whenever you're in the midst of your pain, but man, sometimes it feels like God just doesn't care or that he isn't there because he doesn't show up whenever you want him to. But then you go fast forward in the story, and after Jesus waited 3 days, he said to his friends, his disciples that were hanging out with him, he said, let's go check on Lazarus. God is actually going to be glorified through this. And so they go a couple days. They make the journey to go to find Lazarus' sisters. And so one of Lazarus' sister runs out and says to Jesus, she says this, she's weeping at her feet. And when Martha got word that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him. But Mary, she stayed in the house. And Martha runs up to Jesus, falls down on him and says, Lord, if you had been here, man, my brother wouldn't have died. Man, if you had showed up in the moment, man, then this wouldn't have happened. Like, God, if you would have been there, man, this outcome would have been different. But then she says, but even now I know that God will give you whatever you ask. And so then Jesus says to her, your brother will rise again. And she's like, okay, great. One day he'll be in heaven. Woo, that is awesome. But what about now? What about this moment? This hurts. This is painful. And so then Jesus says to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Like, believe in me. Like, I'm right here before you. And then Jesus goes in and he sees Lazarus' other sister. And it says that whenever he saw her weeping, whenever he saw the other people that were weeping, he went to the tomb. And then one of the shortest verses in the entire Bible comes up. Jesus says, where have they laid him? And then they go in front of the tomb. And then it says this in John 11:35. It says, then Jesus wept. Which tonight, if your mom asks you, like, what did you learn? Or what did you guys talk about? You can tell them that you memorized one verse of the Bible, Jesus wept, and that'll be great. But it says, then Jesus wept. And this word wept doesn't mean just like, oh, boo-hoo, I cried. Like, oh, someone hurt my feelings. This means like wept bitterly. Like he was in anguish. Like he was feeling the pain that Mary and Martha were feeling in their did that just happen moment. And man, does that change the way that you view God whenever you think about that? Whenever you're hurting, like he's hurting. Whenever you're feeling pain, like, man, God is feeling the pain right alongside you. And I love the rest of the story. Jesus actually walks up to the tomb and he says, roll the stone away. And some of these guys say, like, Jesus, we don't want to roll it away. Like, he's dead. He's been dead for 4 days. The smell will be terrible. In the King James Version, it says, he stinketh. Like, he has been dead a long time. He stinks. But Jesus says, didn't I tell you that you would see the glory of God? And so they roll the stone away, and then Jesus looks up and he says, Father, thank you for hearing me. You always hear me. But I said it out loud for the sake of these people standing here so that they will believe that you sent me. And then Jesus looks into the tomb and he says, Lazarus, come out. And one of the craziest verses says, and then the dead man came out. And I mean, picture this. Picture if you were at a funeral and you saw someone buried like in their casket, and a couple days later, you saw them like pop out of their casket like they have just been sleeping in a tent or something like that. And we're like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Like, this would be a crazy, crazy moment. But what I think is so cool is in Mary and Martha's, like, did that just happen painful moment, even though Jesus knows that he's going to raise them from the dead, even though he knows that good things are going to come from it, when they are hurting and weeping, man, Jesus weeps right alongside with them. Man, and the truth is, when we're in our did that just happen moments, man, God is hurting right alongside of us. And I don't know where you're at. I don't know if this has made you feel like you're in a did that just happen moment or a crazy moment or a calm moment, or maybe you're like, sweet, no school, this is awesome. But man, for all of us, as we're navigating all of this together, we got to know that God is with us in the midst of it. Even when it doesn't feel like he is, man, he is hurting and with us right alongside our did that just happen moments. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight in our groups. So we're going to drop the links to your Zoom group in the chat. And so you can click on that link and you will pop right into your small group. And we'll spend some time talking about that, hanging out with each other. We're turning the chat back on, don't worry. And then I'll be hanging out here. If you need to help get into your group, you can just respond on the chat and we will let you know. But also the links are on our website. If you go to missionmentera.com/middle school, then you can jump in your group's Zoom chat there. But just respond in the chat and we will let you know how to go. So ready, on your mark, get set, head to your group, and I will stay here and we'll just have a lovely time and it'll be awesome. If you need help, just let me know. Give me a shout out. We will get you to your group. Are you heading to your group? Head that way. If you're not in your group, you might want to go to your group. And they might want you there. Or maybe they don't. No, I'm just kidding. They definitely do. If you don't know which group to go, you can just respond on here and we will help you get plugged into a group. But head to your Zoom group. Head that way. Gotta turn this on. Head to your group. Head to your group.